All right, welcome to the SemiWoke podcast.
Hi, welcome to SemiWoke.
Hi, this is a podcast where Sheria grooms me, Pranav, a straight male, to become gay.
No, it's not. No. It's not enough for you to become gay. You now have to become James Mansfield's corset. That shit is the hardest working corset in the business.
I can't tell if that's a promotion for me being the tickle in somebody's butthole that you had mentioned before, but I'll take it. Thank you for that. Thank you for that honor.
Yes, it's harder work than being Jessica Wilde's taint, but it's still a good gig. It's a solid gig. There's benefits.
This is the first queer and straight collaboration probably ever, but since what?
This is the first queer straight collaboration since Saucy Santana and Flo Milli on Whole Family. That's a really good. It's a new single that's out. Okay. It's good. I'm not a big
Whole Family sounds like a family full of groomers, but
yes,
it's fine.
It is.
Today we're having a very special submersible episode.
Yeah, we really want you to submerge.
Yeah, we want to submerge you
until you implode
with laughter, joy,
implode with
and
laughter.
Thoughts. Yes.
Okay.
I am going headphoneless today because I want people to see my new haircut.
Yes,
It's really it, and that's it.
It's all lace. It's
so
totally
you really wanted to talk about
the
submarine.
I did want to talk about the submarine. I mostly wanted to expand this into a conversation about mocking the death of our beloved billionaires.
Okay.
I just don't think it's fair to talk bad about our billionaire over. Obviously, I'm faking.
Okay, you are faking.
Obviously, I'm faking. But there's more into this conversation. Actually, before we get into it, before we really dive down into the depths,
should we pay some bills?
Of this? Should we pay some bills?
Try to become billionaires ourselves?
That's right. This is how we become billionaires.
Yeah, we need our submersible money.
That's right.
Stay tuned. Listen to these ads.
That's right.
In a minute.
Okay, we'll be right back. All right. Yo, what's up? We're back. Welcome back to SemiWoke.
Welcome back.
We are now billionaires after that ad.
After that ad.
Thank you. Actually, play it back and then we'll become
billionaires. This is now a pro submersible podcast. Right. Now.
We're getting our own submersible. You know what?
We're going to start. Our new studio is going to be in a submersible.
You wish you could be rich enough to implode underwater
in a ridiculous way.
That's right. Yeah. That's right. Okay. So let's. I know everybody knows what it is, but let's fucking recap it. Whatever.
Sure. We have a startup with just a kind of douchey guy, which is about taking people to the very bottom of the ocean to see the wreckage of another failed rich person's experiment.
It's called Ocean Gate.
Which already sounds like a scandal, you know? It's like this guy's been setting himself up for so many disasters.
Exactly.
And this is where a guy cons rich people into taking a budget flight to the bottom of the ocean, which is insane.
Bro, you're taking it's not even okay. This is the thing about this. Did you see the actual tin can that they're in?
Yes, it's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous. It's not even like it's not like a submarine. You're thinking like a submarine, like where there's like a glass window and you get to see the wreckage. You're watching it through like a really shitty TV screen. The whole thing is controlled by a Bluetooth game controller.
Dude, this thing is less sophisticated than my PS5.
Okay, it actually is though.
It's insane.
And I heard that they did have access to like some sort of communications.
Oh wow, that must have been an upgrade.
No. But the founder turns off the Wi-Fi so that the people can't tweet from
Oh my god.
Experience.
Oh my God, you're kidding me.
So anyway, he has this thing. It costs $250,000 a pop to go into this literal tin can. It's so small.
Right.
It's so small. Literal tin can.
It's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous. You're shitting in like a weird
like a bucket.
Like a bucket. Yeah. It's really, really, really like
it's crazy.
It's horrible.
I support all of that for billionaires.
Oh, yeah.
But except for the part where it has to implode on people.
I mean, here's the thing about this. Oh my God, there's so much to talk about this. So people are blaming wokeness for wokeness.
Well, I saw this as one aspect of it. Okay.
Is what killed those billionaires, goddammit. Because instead of hiring researchers who he said, I don't want to hire old white men because, they don't have interesting stories. Let's just be real. The reason why he didn't hire old white men to do this job is the same reason people don't hire old white men to work in Amazon warehouses. Because you have to pay those people.
Right.
Those people have rights.
Yes.
And they have, like educated old white men, they're going to expect to be paid. And you know what else they're going to do? They're going to tell you when you're fucking a death machine is a death machine.
Right.
And he wasn't trying to hear that bullshit.
Yeah.
So he hired a bunch of inexperienced young people, all white, by the way.
Were
all
they?
white. Yes, they were all white. All this talk about, well, the woke and the
Some of them were probably gay.
They were all, maybe, but yes, definitely gay.
It looked like a butt plug.
No, for sure.
And it was the size of like a generously sized butt plug.
And also gay people are notoriously poor. So they obviously will take whatever stupid job they can to survive capitalism. So it was clear that like he was just underpaying these workers. Multiple people told him that this place was unsafe. Like literally research called it a death trap.
Yeah.
But we don't have good regulation. Literally billionaires can do whatever the fuck they want to do.
I saw a video of him being like, people were saying don't combine aluminum with carbon fiber or whatever. He's like, I said, to hell with that. You want to live forever. I'm like, that's not the pitch I want to get from the guy taking me to the bottom of the ocean.
Idiot.
You know, he died on the submersible.
Yeah,
so there is that, you know, he lived and died by his own words, but it's like, bro.
Yeah, but he took down a bunch of people with him.
He took down a bunch of... Okay. It was the first suicide bombing by capitalism. You know what I mean?
It actually
was like a capitalist suicide bombing.
It really wasn't. This is the thing. I believe we need to steal from the rich for their own well-being because they don't know what the fuck to do with their own money.
It's true.
They die by their own decisions.
They do dumb shit.
They do dumb shit and they die. Everybody who ever died on fucking Everest besides the Sherpas.
Right.
And usually they're fine.
Yes,
the Sherpas are usually fine because they're from there.
Yeah.
Like those were all rich people who just had too much money.
Yep.
It's time to tax them for their own fucking benefit. Yeah. But okay, so people on the internet were making fun of these people because first they were like, "It's lost. We don't know where it is," and then they heard banging under the ocean. Yeah. People thought that the communist
which was probably
orcas,
the sound of the explosion of the implosion.
Is that what
probably.
they're saying?
That's something that
I also heard that it was. There's a rattling sound that comes from the Titanic. So they were
That's
really
spooky.
Yes, that is spooky. Okay. It's Jack.
Yeah.
He's like, that bitch had room in that door. I've heard a few things. I've heard it was the orcas drum band. They were like, we eating good tonight. No. But
they're Caribbean.
They're Caribbean. Steel drum band. That's the Under the Sea we deserve.
Oh, look, it's DoorDash.
The DoorDash is funny. That's really funny. Yeah. So it actually imploded like immediately because of the air pressure.
Yes.
Which
because of all the things that were fucking wrong with this thing.
All the things that many people said don't do. Yeah. The whole thing was held together by like chewing gum and tape.
I know. It really was, dude. It really was. It was built like an N64, not even a PlayStation 5. Okay?
Yes.
My PS5, reliable. It lets me know battery power on my controller. I can use it from 50 feet away. Okay? I don't even think the controller was wireless. It was probably... It was wireless. It was a wireless. And it got bad reviews on Amazon.
Controller under... So apparently a lot of submarines do use the PlayStations and they use game controllers, but they're not fucking wireless because you need to be able to use them in an emergency.
Yes.
Fucking dumbass. So anyway, may he rest in pieces.
Which he is.
Okay, we're gonna get into it. So on Twitter, a lot of working class people were making fun of the deaths. They're making jokes. They're making memes, and a lot of other people on Twitter are like, you people are horrible.
Okay, here's my objection immediately.
Yes.
Is that I don't think they were all working class people who were making the memes. They weren't.
You think billionaires make memes?
No. I think it was just like middle class people.
That's called working class.
Okay, hold on.
That's working class. If you have to work to survive, you're working class.
I think the people who upper middle class people, ironic people. Listen, you can't just say that it was definitively working class people making the memes. And this is a larger point that I want to bring up, which is about the mockery of billionaires, the mockery of capitalism, which itself is just something that perpetuates it and is something that is is endemic now to the art school class of people, right? It's become it's just become a genre that all it does is reinforce capitalism.
It reinforces capitalism to make fun of billionaires?
It does.
How is that?
Because here's why, right? Because by doing this, everybody is involved with the system of creating billionaires, right? Because we're all addicted to convenience. Okay, we all are, right?
Sure, but we also have to survive,
right?
That's a lot of most billionaires. They make money by exploiting the working class. And also, let me just say this, working class to me and to Marx means people who have to work to survive.
So Marx defines the bourgeoisie.
The bourgeoisie as well, but I don't think we
is
even
very
have,
firmly the middle class.
But we don't really have a middle class anymore. We do not have a bourgeoisie, at least in America. We don't. Because even the middle class are up to their necks in debt. They have to pay their mortgage.
Go to any Brooklyn open mic and I'll show you the bourgeoisie. Okay? They're all right there.
No, I believe anybody who has to work to survive,
yes, is not the bourgeoisie.
Is not the bourgeoisie.
Yeah.
And they are the working class.
They
and
are
that
the working class.
99% of people, right? And so I think it's pretty safe to say
it's growing to that for sure, right?
It's like 99% of people. We have a very small middle class. It's not the 60s anymore.
No,
we don't have a middle class anymore.
Right.
People are genuinely suffering. It's only getting worse because of the billionaire class. So mocking the billionaire class, I don't think it encourages capitalism. But you go into why.
I don't think it encourages it. I think it just reinforces it.
How does it reinforce capitalism?
Because if it was ever actually truly dangerous, this kind of mockery, it would be shut down immediately. But it's not, and people know it. And now the richest people on earth, and let's be real about it, okay? People who are out there, successful filmmakers, things like that, who are making satirical content and satirical films.
Yes.
Listen, we're all part of this system right now.
Yes,
and
we are.
People want to act like they're the fish out of the water who is not.
Yeah.
But in fact, we're all part of it. It's for me, I have a neutral position towards this because I'm a comedian and I love making jokes about anything and everything. Mm-hmm. But what fucks me up is like, look, you had people on there who were not billionaires, right? You had a kid, you had a research scientist.
Kid, yes.
You had a research scientist who they were trying to use for PR, Jurassic Park style, right?
Yes.
To come in, people had genuine research interest. You had a 19-year-old kid who did not want to go.
He did not
want to
go.
Thing,
he did not want to go. Whose father destabilized Pakistan, but who did
probably
not
yes,
definitely,
yeah, you know, absolutely. If you're a Pakistani billionaire, you fucked up.
Yes,
you know.
Yes.
And so there's no question about that.
He did not want to go.
Right?
He only went because it was Father's Day,
right?
And because his father wanted him to. And I think that is the truth for a lot of those things. And that is the one person that I do feel extremely bad for.
Absolutely.
But I think, okay, so I have been of a different mind. I really think because it wasn't normal to make fun of billionaires until very recently.
Because billionaires are a relatively recent phenomenon too.
They're a relatively recent phenomenon, but everybody wanted to be a billionaire.
Yes.
There was a time where that was the goal, to be a billionaire.
Yeah.
We looked up to billionaires because we believed they worked really hard to make their money.
Yes,
now that we know that's not true, now that we've seen, especially post-pandemic, what billionaires do with their money and the harms that they cause, I think now this like discussion of billionaires and like mocking billionaires and eat the rich, these are the early rumblings of people who are finally dissatisfied but don't know where to place their anger.
I think you could be onto something there, right? I think time will tell about that though, right?
Yes.
Time will tell about in regards to that.
Listen, I totally understand and there was also, you're not on Twitter for your own health, but there was I want to shout out Ray Monte. He is a Twitter user, a black guy on Twitter who was suffering so much because y'all were making fun of these billionaires.
Really?
He was crying.
What was he saying?
He was like, heartbreak emoji. How can you guys make jokes about this? I can't even sleep tonight until I know what happened.
We're forgetting about the unsung comedic hero of this, which is the stepson of one of the billionaires who went to a Blink-182 concert.
And hit on her OnlyFans and got into a fight with Cardi B. That's just all the things you're not supposed to do when your stepfather is being imploded in the depths of the ocean. That's so funny. It's so funny. He really was out there. He was
a middle-aged man who went to a Blink-182 concert.
Yes, he was.
That's peak.
Apparently, he also like had verbally threatened and a few.
I heard
YouTube
one thing where it's like,
celebrities.
because of legal matters, I can't go in the ocean, which I'm like, that's a billionaire stepson vibe right there. When the ocean got a restraining order against you, you got to be 50 feet away, 50 yards away from any body of water.
No, for sure. Because the dolphins are rapists, but even they were like, that guy, he can't come here. He cannot come here. But yeah, no. Okay. So people, Ray Monte, I'm so sorry about what happened.
Wow. So this guy was really upset.
He was tweeting like crazy. And then when they found out that it imploded, he like stopped tweeting. And everybody was like, somebody has to call Ray Monte. Make sure he go be okay. Like,
listen, the other thing about this though, and I think here's what the real indictment is of all of us. Is that there was a boat full of like 500 migrants off the coast of Greece.
Thank you.
That fucking tanked just a week before and didn't even get a blip.
Nobody cared.
On the radar. And what pissed me off is I opened up the New York Times this morning because I believe in self-flagellation and punishment. Good. And it was a BDSM experiment because I fucking hate the New York Times. These fucking assholes at the Times were like, people were following the submersible while a boat full of migrants was only a blip on the media radar. I'm like, bitch, that's you.
That's you. You're the media.
You're the media.
Like, are you fucking kidding me?
You know, you're the media. And this is what I mean about the reinforcement of things, because this is all a media thing at this point. You know what I mean? It's like the OJ white Bronco thing or or
the
whatever
kids don't
else.
know what that is.
It is, right? The kids who don't know what that is, right? But it's purely entertainment, right? This is all purely entertainment now.
I don't know if it's
right.
Just entertainment.
This was like this is a thriller for people. They're like, oh, they're running out of oxygen. This is like an episode of fucking 24 or something for them. You know what I mean? It's got a timestamp on it. That's all it was for people.
Yeah, I think it definitely was entertainment. People were having a lot of fun with it. But I think there's also a sense of like that, just like when people cheer for the orcas knocking over yachts and stuff, I think there is a sense of like, we can't get justice, which we could, but we won't. But there's a sense of there's a natural justice, right? These people spent the equivalent, like altogether, they had just put their money together and got a filtration system. They could have gotten a full filtration system for the entire city of Flint, Michigan. All they need is $1 million. Yeah. Like literally, that's what they could have done. They would have been heroes. So
I take no joy in saying this, but this whole episode was an exercise in karma, right? It really was in the sense, and I'm not even talking about the bigger picture thing about how people allocate their money, but you have a startup guy who's obviously immediately going to be a douchebag, right? Who's like, hey, I want to take billionaires to the bottom of the ocean, but I also want to cut costs. Totally unnecessary. Yep. You could have gotten a working PlayStation controller. I would have given it to you for $10,000. Yes. Mine. Yes. Okay. And he was like, I want to cut costs and take people down to see the wreckage of another tragic undertaking of billionaires. Exactly. Right? Where a bunch of poor people died on it as well, right? Yes. Didn't get away on the raft.
No.
I mean, it was all very Greek drama style stuff happening, but a comedic twist because it's just so ironic that you can't ignore it.
And it's also a microcosm of like what we're doing, like because of the billionaire class, we are quickly going toward the end of the ability for humanity to live on Earth. Right. Right? Yeah. We're going there. We know we could stop it. We will not stop it.
It's true.
We just won't stop it. And we keep doing this, and it's going to kill them. It's going to kill us. Yep. And for once, we get to kind of enjoy it from the outside because we're not on that fucking boat. But guess what? We're on this boat, and they're sinking it. We're going to all implode.
Well, that you have migrants on a boat, right? 500 migrants, but about 100 of them, I think, died, right? Then they were saying stuff like they were forcing all the Pakistanis to the lower deck and stuff like that.
Yep. They like even children.
Right.
They were forcing like little Pakistani children to the lower deck.
Right.
Like a really, really rough situation. And it was a blip on the radar because this is a thing that happens regularly. Yes. Like this is just a thing that happens regularly because we have a broken, horrible system.
The media fascination with the submersible is understandable in a sense because you have a group of people who are by all other accounts supposed to be invincible and totally invulnerable to anything, right? Who are then now we're seeing them highly vulnerable.
And the reason why they're so vulnerable. By their own hand. Exactly. The reason why they're so vulnerable is because they want to make themselves invulnerable. Right. The reason why that thing was even allowed to go down there is because you can buy your way out of regulations. Exactly. There's no way that should have been legal. Yeah. There's no way. And the only reason why it was is because if you have the backing of some billionaires, you can do whatever the fuck you want.
This guy had another startup in the works. I don't know if you know about this. It was called polar bear cuddling. Yeah. That was I don't know if you knew this, but yeah, this guy had a thing. He was using this actually to fund his polar bear cuddling thing.
Honestly, probably safer than the
right? Probably.
One of the guys who died had already done the trip 37 times.
Jesus.
38 trip. Like, girl, what did you think you was going to see?
Hug your children or something. Yes. Reconcile with your kids.
Yes, that's so much money that he spent.
Demented.
Absolutely rob a rich person today.
Yeah.
And that is advice from SemiWoke.
Right.
Directly from SemiWoke.
Absolutely. One other thing I want to say, listen, Twitter, social media, cable news, all these people are very happy to document all the jokes about the billionaire submersible. Mm-hmm. But you tell me when MSNBC or Twitter or anybody else is going to be putting on blast when there's like a general strike. Boom, people trying to organize. Amazon trying to organize.
Well, okay,
right?
Twitter does that.
Twitter does that. Yeah.
For now. I mean, Sis is a slur now. The next slur will be strike.
Maybe. I mean, listen, right? You see what's happening in like France right now. You don't hear an fucking peep about that in our media. That's here, right?
Yep. But you hear about it on Twitter. You see videos on Twitter.
You're seeing the comeuppance of like neoliberal policies happen in a place like France that are inevitably going to be happening here.
Yes.
Right? People don't want you to see that, right? Yes. Instead, they're happy about, 4 or 5 billionaires, this thing, it's got a dramatic element, it's Netflix development people at work in the sense. It's that mentality.
But they also, I think a lot of that, because the reporting on it isn't like, haha, look at these fucking dumbasses. The reporting is this breathless, like, recounting of their ordeal and their adventure.
Yes, exactly. It's not socialist realism.
Yes.
It's Ken Loach directing the submersible documentary.
Yes, because we are a different generation than the generation that watched the Titanic sink. We are not going to be like those poor billionaires, except for Dremonte.
Right.
But sorry, like, bro. We're just sorry about your loss. You're going to be broke forever. You're never going to be a billionaire. Like, I don't know why you're crying over these people. They would literally kill you and probably have tried to kill you just to make a little bit more money.
Sure.
Anyway, like, this is a different generation. This is a generation that has seen the worst of capitalism come to fruition.
Well, seeing worst to date.
So far. You know what I mean? We've seen the history and we see the present and we see it clearer than definitely the last generation. Mm-hmm. And we know that it is a system of destruction. Right. And so we now have the language to talk about our anger with the billionaire class, and we're using that language. I need us to also get into the language of boycotting, of protesting, of striking, of not participating in these systems, even if it inconveniences us, even if it deeply inconveniences us.
This is kind of my point though, right? Yeah. All of the kind of mockery and stuff, it's an inoculation, right? It's giving you, it's allowing you to have a little taste of rebellion without actual rebellion. And it's used to actually act as an antibody against it.
I disagree because I'm hopeful that actually it doesn't do that. What it is the murmurings of the beginning of we can't start taking action until we talk about what the issue is, until we start recognizing that we're all exhausted with the same bullshit and that we all feel the same way about something. Then we can start with coalition building and getting to action. I mean, I think for a lot of people it's just a salve for their you know what I mean? You wish your boss was on that fucking submersible.
Right.
You know what I mean? For sure. But I think it's up to the people who know what they're talking about when it comes to revolution and who understand the history of protests and how they work and how they don't work. And it comes to them to come in, to step in and be like, okay, now see that frustration you feel? Let's turn that into action. Mm-hmm. Right? I think this is an opportunity for us, and an opportunity that has never been in any time of history, because I think even 10 years ago, if this had happened like 10, 15 years ago, and people were like, fuck these billionaires. People were like, oh, that could be your family.
Right.
But now we know it could never be your family. You will never be a billionaire.
That's true.
You're way more likely to be homeless.
That is 100% true.
Way more likely.
True. You're way closer to the streets than you are to Wall Street.
Any billionaire. You know? That's right. I mean, you could be on Wall Street asking for change. It's 100. And I think we now have that language, and that's the next step. And I think we're going to see the next step in censorship being talking badly about billionaires.
Well, I think we're already seeing that form of censorship, right? Because right now we're at a place where when we talk about the submersible, right, you're seeing like Democrats being like regulation, right? But nobody wants to talk about the 500 people packed like a slave ship in a migrant boat trying to get into Greece or Italy or whatever, right? Nobody is wanting to talk about that.
But that's also a sad situation. I think that's also the reason why people don't want to talk about the migrant disaster is because it's fucking depressing.
Of course it is.
A bunch of dead children on a boat trying to escape you know what I mean? Like, none of this is fun.
But it's also because they have to put a face to a much more global issue in terms of neoliberalism.
Yes,
right?
100%.
And that's what it is. For right now, it's like, Democrats can very easily get on TV and be like, we need more regulation and business and da-da-da. And these people are all in bed with the same shit. These are corporate people.
Exactly.
Right?
They're not doing no fucking regulation.
Yeah, exactly. You know? So anyway, that's what it is to me. Is it's an inoculation against something much bigger.
Yes.
But anyway.
I feel you. I do think there's a larger conversation to be had as well that I think people are starting to have. I think there's a larger conversation about destroying the billionaire class because it's the only way we can save ourselves.
That's fair.
It's the only way we will survive. And yeah, it's cute that they destroy themselves 5 at a time, but we need to do it like in a real systematic way because they are dangerous people. They are dangerous to themselves and they're dangerous to others.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. There's no argument. I mean, Jeff Bezos going into outer space or whatever. These motherfuckers are like, listen, I would love to go to outer space. Okay. I think that would be cool as hell. Right. But it's like, bro, you have to know your limits. You know what I mean? As a human being, this is the story of Icarus. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is Icarus. Yeah. It's just like the level of hubris that goes into these kinds of endeavors.
Yes.
Going to space, it's people who feel invulnerable because of their money.
Mm-hmm.
And for that reason, I will never roundly reject people who are making fun of this. You know what I mean?
I will have to say though, let's be real. Bezos did not go into space. He got in a tin can dick and he traveled around the atmosphere for 10 minutes. He did not go
he didn't go all the way into space?
No, he did not. Somebody grifted his ass.
I was like, keep going, bro. Keep
That's
going.
Right. That's
keep
right.
Going. You
That's
can
right.
do it.
I wish we could have fucking kicked that shit right into the sun.
Yeah.
He should have flown too close to the sun like Icarus, but he couldn't get that far.
Yeah,
that's another, people exploit billionaires. You can't really exploit billionaires, but you know what I mean? They take their money so that they can be like, I've conquered.
I know.
And also, I had a tweet go kind of viral about the Jeff Bezos thing.
Okay.
And the responses I got from the musty, ashy internet were like, it was insane.
Musty Twitter
was really after me. They were like, this stupid bitch will never go to space. And I was like, yeah.
I love that that's the burn.
Like, what?
She'll never make it to outer space.
Exactly. Like, yeah, bitch, I won't. And if I had the money to, I would solve world hunger instead of flying
or
around
just pay
in a
off
dick.
Student loans or something.
I mean, shit. I mean, it's probably cheaper to solve world hunger than to pay off student loans. Like, it's just like, let's stop aligning. People who align themselves with billionaires are fucking losers. I'm sorry.
I agree.
That is just the facts of the situation. If you align yourself with billionaires because you think that it gives you proximity to power, you're a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
You're a rube.
It's true.
You're being taken for a fucking ride.
It's the saddest thing on earth.
It's
actually.
So sad
to see like working class people caping for fucking billionaires.
Oh my fucking God, especially black people. I'm sorry. Are y'all for real? Y'all gonna cheer on and it's just crazy. It's time to eat the rich. It's time to eat billionaires. And yes, that includes Rihanna. Yes, that includes Beyonce. When it's time to eat the rich, I'm gonna eat Beyonce. Okay, I bet that bitch tastes like warm cornbread with honey. I bet I'd take a bite.
You would eat
thigh.
Beyonce?
I would eat the shit out of Beyonce. I would sop her up with a biscuit.
I'm relieved to hear that.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. No.
Okay.
I'm giving her my money to go see her for Renaissance. But after Renaissance,
Bon appetit.
It's time to eat the rich. But first, don't eat her until after my stop.
Wow.
She's going to kill it. I love her. I love her so much.
Wow.
She's evil and she has to go to the gulag. But I love her. That bitch could sing. She could dance.
I mean, right there is the paradox of what we're talking about, right? Like with everybody who does, even for other billion, because some people are like, Jeff Bezos is their Beyonce because they're like, I can do it. I can make it. I'm not saying that to you exactly.
Okay,
right?
but Jeff Bezos cannot be your Beyonce Beyonce. Jeff Bezos does not have talent. He is ugly. He can't sing. He definitely can't do them runs, and he can't dance. Do you think Jeff Bezos would look as cute in little pea outfits doing America Has a Problem? You're crazy. You're crazy. No.
We're gonna do the episode where we talk about your bigotry towards ugly people.
We do have to do that episode.
It's coming.
It is a problem. It is a problem.
It's coming.
I told you about when I saw Bezos, right? When I met Bezos.
You met Bezos?
Oh my God, I can't believe I haven't told you this. When I used to work at this other restaurant, which was exploiting a bunch of people. Yes, it was the really, really bad restaurant. They shut down the restaurant. So Bezos and his weird plastic surgery monster girlfriend.
Wow, they shut down a Popeyes for Bezos?
Exactly.
Sorry.
Isn't that crazy? I wish it was Popeyes. And they shut it down, and they had his like security team on either side. And I'm going to tell you this one thing. I easily disarmed his security with my charm and with my wit. He loved it.
Listen, you had your what if you had a time machine and could kill Hitler moment? You squandered it.
I squandered it. If I literally I was in the front part, and then another comic actually was serving Bezos in the back.
Serving Bezos in the back is such a phrase.
I wish he was at least sucking that man's dick. I think the tip would have been nicer. We got like an 18% tip. And so, like, I know. He took
terrible
2 lunch menu special items and then tipped 18%.
Wow.
This is a billionaire.
Wow.
Shut down the whole restaurant.
Look, here's the thing. If I was near Jeff Bezos, as somebody who needs money, I might be like trying to kiss his ass.
Of course I would have kissed
maybe
his ass.
This guy's going to want to hang out with me or something. I used to work with a multi-millionaire. I used to work for them. And this woman's husband, who was like, super rich, multi-100 millionaire type vibes.
Yeah.
I would always be like, okay, if I get in really good with this guy, maybe he'll want to adopt me or something. That was the vibe. He would take me to like the Oyster Bar and Grand Central and stuff like that. And I'd be like, just be nice to this motherfucker. He's boring as hell. He's half dead. Get in good with him. Make yourself. It never worked.
No, that's not how that works. He could smell the pour on you.
He could smell the pour.
Oh God, I wish I could go back in time and just like fucking. I absolutely could have started the revolution with a blow dart. Just like I could have easily just been, and it would have been done. Time for revolution. You know what I mean? But I fucked up.
I mean, the thing is, like, taking out a billionaire actually isn't gonna. It's a systemic issue. You know what I mean?
But it'll help.
It'll be fun.
It'll be fun.
Well,
yeah.
I think it's time to wrap.
Yeah, let's wrap this shit up.
Okay,
because I really have to go.
We gotta go. This has been a short one. It's been a very special.
It's been a short one, but you know what? It was also short, like the implosion.
No, it was fast. it was fast and impactful.
Implosion, very impactful.
Okay, very impactful, high impact.
That's right. That's right. Listen. Don't cry over billionaires. I do feel bad for this 19-year-old boy, but I don't feel as bad for him as I feel for the children who die under the evils of capitalism every day.
The people on the migrant boat, right?
And the people on the migrant boat. My God, the children on the migrant boat, and like. I just want to shout out whatever fish are sucking on them like neck bones right now.
The orcas who got their DoorDash.
The orcas who were like, we eat good. Happy Thanksgiving. To the orcas sucking on them billionaires. I bet they taste delicious.
Probably.
Yes.
Nice and fatty.
Yes.
Are
we going to do a blame capitalism or a problematic fave?
Do you want to? Maxim, can you hand us the pink hat? Yeah.
Yeah, let's blame capitalism.
Yeah. You
just threw it. So rude.
Just threw it.
Okay,
Sharia's about to blame capitalism.
I'm gonna pick one. Here we go. Okay.
What is it?
Hairy legs.
Hairy legs. This is supposed to be a challenge.
So I'm supposed to blame capitalism for hairy legs?
Blame hairy legs on capitalism.
I don't know if I can.
Because
hairy legs are natural
you got a minute
and
to
beautiful.
Think about it.
Okay, fine. The resurgence of hairy legs is a response to the capitalist denigration of natural human, particularly femme and women bodies, because we've been told that hair on women's bodies is like bad because of somebody invented a razor. Yes, it was not a thing. Mm-hmm. Body hair was just a natural thing until somebody invented a razor.
Yeah,
and they needed more people. They needed more consumers for razors.
Okay,
so now we are seeing a lot of people mostly dykes, but we're seeing a lot of people refuse to shave their legs and grow out their leg hair and feel armpit hair.
It's been a menace.
It's great. Shout out to Halle Bailey with the armpit hair in the new movie that she's got coming out. I'll send you the
not
pictures.
The Little Mermaid.
Very
that
hot.
would not have fly.
Oh, that would have been amazing.
Okay.
That's My Little Mermaid. That's the sequel.
Billowing through the ocean water.
Yes, like Tamika's hair.
Yeah.
So the resurgence of people refusing to shave their legs and being proud of their hairy legs, I can blame on the reaction to capitalism.
Okay. I'll take that. We're on a time crunch.
Okay.
That was blame capitalism.
That's right. Thank you.
Okay, that's so gnarly. Don't do that.
Yeah,
I'm pro razors, by the way.
Really?
Oh, hundo. I don't want hairy legs, hairy armpits.
I love my hairy legs. I like when you can cornrow.
You barely have hairy legs.
I know. I just.
That's black privilege right there.
It is.
Yeah.
Nobody can tell.
Yeah. So you guys are fine.
Please rate, subscribe, write us reviews on Apple Reviews.
Yep.
Like us, follow us.
Follow us on Instagram,
on TikTok, and
stay semi-woke.
Stay semi-woke.
Peace.
Bye.